working on his own project. I'm kind of like the tool provider, technical advisor, and then doing some of the work that requires more skill, like the welding and some of that, and some of the carpentry guidance. But just so everybody understands, this isn't really a highly charitable project either way, but I'm pitching in on the materials for this because I actually do believe that the alternative media people, it needs to step up a notch. And it can be done for a hell of a lot less than the $100,000 that Adam Kokesh is asking for. This is going to be a mobile production studio that the guy's also going to live in for a little bit. But we're going to make it look good and presentable, but it's definitely on a budget. Building this out of wood. We've got internal cabinetry and stuff here, a dresser, closet, small closet, small dresser. There's going to be windows that don't open, so we're doing vents as a separate item. We've got the metal vent covers are going to go up here like this, you know. So that's going to go like that after the final layers of paint. So we're going to be putting another layer of paint on. This stuff has turned out pretty good. This Valspar porch, really good paint actually. Given a pretty good automotive style finish. We're sealing everything with liquid nails and some premium epoxies, which I think is going to work out pretty well. Plus the paint itself is a sealant, but the idea is not to leave any cracks that something can catch hold and start delaminating the wood. The metal up here is going to be kind of difficult. I'm working on ideas for that. This sunlight Palram material is going to be the side windows. That's how we're doing this on a real budget. Trying to keep the production budget under $1,500, and so far I think we're on target. But it's kind of reaching a limit on what I wanted to contribute for something that would be somebody else's and what the other guys have been able to raise. So if somebody out there wanted to sponsor the project, this is what it is. This is not e-bigging. This is sponsoring a worthy project, which will be this mobile little production studio camp type thing for somebody. We're using salvage material on a lot of stuff, but anything to do with structural integrity, you got to buy new. I mean, that's the way it is. But we're in a home stretch here. We're definitely in a home stretch of production. But I wanted to get this uploaded for the people who are now following this situation, because somebody had commented that they wanted one of these too. And it's actually easier for us to start another project before finishing this one, because we get to save on the setup time. We can take measurements off the one we just did so that we can do the next one and go from there. So that it is not as hard to start a second one partway through the process as you might think. Here you can see these are all kind of glued in. We're starting to put this composite framework because of the way this whole cabinet area is going to work, where it can be accessed from the outside with the rear doors open, or accessed from the inside with the rear doors closed, or from the inside this can be open. The cabinets will be open, you get a breezeway to go all the way through. So that's, we have to really think a lot about air circulation, because when those windows go in place, that's going to be sealed off like a vehicle. It's not going to be windows that open. And that front area is also going to be sealed off. It's just that doing the curve on the aluminum and everything is kind of tricky, and so we're working on that. Kind of breaking into my old stash of nuts and bolts here, and working, you know, keep going on a project. But we're going to throw another coat of paint on this. It's multiple coats of paint, but this is outdoor rated plywood. But we're going with multiple coats of paint for longevity and to make it look good. So it's not really improvised. Yes, it's homemade. It's not really improvised. But on a project like this, more attention will go into something that the owner actually works on himself than you know, something you're just going to build and sell. But if somebody wanted to have one of these built for him, and you're in the Portland area, and let's say you want to participate in the build process yourself, we can work with this. You know, the community can be virtual, but that's where people meet in person and build things. And we've gotten this done in a pretty short time span.